my awesome admins. Welcome to How I Solved It with Agentforce. I'm Jennifer Lee, Lead Admin Evangelist at Salesforce. Today, we're empowering financial service reps with real-time insights. We're talking about the Code Cortex team and how they've built a truly impressive asset management agent using Agentforce. Their fictional company, Code Cortex Asset Management, needed to give their reps instant access to critical data, both from inside Salesforce and from external data sources like Morningstar and Bloomberg. Code Cortex cracked the code, and they're here to share their solution. So let's dive in and see how they solved it. The Agentforce Hackathon NYC was a 1.5-day event held in New York, right before the Agentforce tour, where attendees formed groups, built agents, and competed for prizes. And I'm here today with one of the many teams from that hackathon, Team Code Cortex. So we have Mandy, Benoit, and Umesh, the winners of the Best User Flow. So welcome to How I Solved It with Agentforce. So let's go around and have you introduce yourselves and tell us how you got involved with Salesforce. So we'll start with you, Mandy.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you for inviting us. And I'm Mandy Wan. My journey on Salesforce began with migrating an in-house CRM application to Salesforce platform in 2017. And since then, I've been passionate about leveraging the platform to create innovative solutions. I'm currently a team lead. To you, Binoy.
Thanks, Mandy. I'm Benoit Jose. I'm a Salesforce architect, and I've been working on Salesforce for the last 15 years. And in the last 15 years, I've seen a lot of things come out in Salesforce. And the latest one with Agentforce is something I'm really excited about because I can see the potential of this changing a lot of things that we can do in Salesforce. Umesh, back to you.
Thank you, Binoy, and thank you, Jen, for inviting us. Basically, my Salesforce journey started very recently. I think I am a junior most person in our team right now. My overall experience is in the various platform. Like I started my career with the .NET and then Java and then a few different technologies and marketing cloud and so on. My Salesforce journey started right just before COVID. And then I just got a chance to work on this team, and I'm so grateful to our manager and Binoy and Mandy to helping me and just take me in the team, which I was totally novice, but yeah, they helped me a lot. And then I just found that there are doing a lot of innovative things and a lot of interesting things, which which give me that opportunity to, okay, let me go to this Salesforce, try something else new, and that's how I land up in the Salesforce.
That's great. So Umesh, how did your team come up with Code Cortex and the team name and form that team for the hackathon?
Well, then the great question. So basically the code and cortex, right? There are two different words. So code generally represents the programming, development, and problem solving, right? So that's the code part. And cortex refers to the cerebral cortex, right? That part of for brain responsible for critical thinking, decision making, and innovation. So that which perfectly align with the hackathon. So this code and cortex, that's we just combine those two words.
Wow, a very thoughtful team name for sure. So how did you find the whole hackathon experience? Mandy, why don't we talk to you?
Oh, yeah. So I'd like to take that. And it was a wonderful experience and beyond what I imagined. This is actually my first time ever hackathon. I was hesitant to go at the beginning and afraid that we couldn't build something in such short time without much knowledge on Agentforce. However, it turned out to be the opposite with assistance from multiple Salesforce experts in the room. We built something cool to present today. I really loved it.
Well, what is something new that you learned, Benoit?
The whole experience was really good. Like we got to meet with the different teams and got to see what they were working on and the different kind of ideas that they were trying to do in there. And that actually gave us some good ideas about what we can do. And so one of the new things I learned in there was like, I going in, I did not really have a great idea about how to use the Agentforce for like different use cases. So that's something that especially interacting with others, that's something that I learned very well.
So, what did you enjoy most about the hackathon, Benoit?
Yeah, so the hackathon was actually well organized, and I should give kudos to the organizers for doing it. It was a nice enclosed space where you could interact with the other participants in there, and we can have some good discussions and so on. And so the overall logistics of the hackathon were really, really good. That's what I really enjoyed about this.
Awesome. Thanks for that answer. And what about you, Umesh?
Oh, so yeah, I would definitely like to add one thing that let's not forget about the food. So that is the most important part, and I attend multiple, conferences and in various locations. And often I struggle myself to find a good vegetarian options, right? Because being a vegetarian, I couldn't find much options. But surprisingly, like Agentforce Hackathon, I was pleasantly surprised actually that the variety of delicious and high quality vegetarian food was available, and it was like truly made experience even better.
So, having done a hackathon, what advice do you have for people interested in participating in future Agentforce hackathons? Let's get your thoughts, Benoit.
Yeah, so the hackathon is a great experience, especially sitting in a room with a tight deadline of like a day or two and trying to get something done. And you'll be surprised what you can do in the short amount of time. And Agent Force is new, and this so somebody who wants to learn about Agent Force and try to understand what kind of boundaries you can push with this tool, and this hackathon would be a great experience to actually get that.
Great. Thanks for that response, Benoit. What are your thoughts, Mandy?
Yeah, so my advice will be register and participate. You won't regret. For the participants who already registered, and I have four things I want to share. First, have a clear goal. And second, define and manage the scope. And the third is manage time well. And the last is prepare the submission video early. Back to you, Jen.
I love that advice, Mandy. All right, Benoit, so tell us more about the use case that you had for your agent. How did you come up with it, and what is this business challenge that you're trying to solve for?
We have a lot of data in Salesforce, and sometimes getting to the data is not always easy. Like you may have to go through multiple clicks to get to a single page, and then this information is buried in like one corner of it or something. So one of the main objective was like, how do we make this process easier for the users? And this was the agent was the best solution that we could provide, where where they could actually ask these questions in a natural language, and that is something that they're used to, right? I mean, so business users usually, if they can't find something, they just pick up the phone and call somebody or put it in a chat and ask somebody, where do I find this information in there? And instead of calling somebody and asking them, this provided them an avenue where they can easily do this. So that's one main thing in there. The second important thing, requirement that we had, was that we have a lot of data outside of Salesforce, like market data from Bloomberg, from Morningstar, and all these other companies and so on. Now, how do we marry this data with data in Salesforce? Now, there's no way to combine it unless they download this two pieces of information themselves and put it in an Excel sheet or something, and then maybe cross-reference and so on. Now, this agent gave an excellent way in which I can marry data in, like, by putting the data in the data cloud. I have industry data sitting out there. I have data sitting in Salesforce, and I can combine both these together and actually give them a more coherent response to what they're looking for. So that's the main challenge that we were trying to solve.
Great. I love that. So we're admins and we like to nerd out in setup. There are many admins out there still learning how to create their first agent. So let's see a demo of what you built.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, let's start the demo. This is Code Cortex, asset management agent. Let me bring it up first. First, I want to ask the agent high yield fund performance. I know it's here, I'll use it. The agent came back with Morningstar rating of 3, with 1-year performance 1645, 3-year performance, and 5-year performance. Next, I want to get a list of firms with AUM over 100 million in high yield fund. Here, the agent gave me the answer. The firm meeting my criteria is 401k Consults. Now, I want the agent get all my firms holding funds with Morningstar rating less than 3 stars. Great, it came back with the Wells Fargo advisors and the 401k Consults. Lastly, I'd like to create an opportunity named Hackathon 24 with the qualification stage and the close date 15 days from now for the above accounts. The agent said it created those opportunities with Hackathon 24 as name, qualification stage, and the close date 15 days from now for Wells Fargo advisors and 401k Consults. Let me refresh the page to check the result. I see the 2 Hackathon 24 opportunity records. Now Umesh will show us what happens in Agent Builder behind the scene.
Thanks, Mandy. Let me share my screen and show you the what happens behind the scenes. Now let's go into Agent Builder and see what happens behind the scenes. So here I have already set it up and tested out my prompts. So for get my account holding funds with Morningstar rating less than 3, it is selecting the topic General CRM Asset Management with 15 instructions and 11 actions. And here it is invoking the custom flow action called get accounts from funds lower than the specified rating. And here I am passing in the low rating of 3 and getting the collection of accounts. Now over in our auto launch flow that invoked, I am getting the fund performance object which is in Data Cloud, and I am looking for the Morningstar rating that's less than low rating, which in our case is 3. And I am pulling in the Morningstar rating and product ID. So based on what I found in Get Records, we are going to then assign that product ID to a collection called product IDs. From there, I'm gonna do another Get Records, this time on a Salesforce object called Portfolio. And here it is looking for this custom field is in the collection product IDs that I had in my previous tab. And we are going to find all records. From there, we are going through a loop of all the records found in that get records, and we are going to take the account ID and add it to a collection of account IDs collection variable. Now from there, I do a final get records on the account object in Salesforce. Where I am looking for the ID is in the collection of account IDs, and here I am taking all the records and I am storing it in a new collection of accounts, and I am taking the ID and the name. Now if I look at the collection of accounts, it is set for an output variable, which means that the flow takes that information and make it available to the agent. So now if I go back to Agent Builder, and my next prompt was to create that opportunity with information, name is Hackathon 24, stage is qualification,
and close date is 15 days from now. So what that did is, it used the same topic, general CRM asset management, and this time it used custom flow action called create multiple opportunities. And it used that account list with those account IDs for Wells Fargo and 401k consults. So when we look at this auto launch flow, it first checks to see that our account list is not empty, is not blank, it has values. Then it's going to loop through for each account found, and it's going to assign opportunity values with the name, which is Hackathon 24, stage, which is qualification, and close date formula, which is 15 days from today's date. So our next prompt was listing all the firms with AUM greater than 100 million in the high yield fund. Now it again used general CRM asset management topic, and in this case it invoked the custom flow action called get accounts by fund. Now when we go to auto launch flow, we are getting the portfolio by fund on the portfolio object that's in our Salesforce CRM, and we are looking for the fund name that we passed, which was PGIM high yield fund and AUM value. In this case it was 100 million. And we're stopping at the first record found. Then we are doing assignment where we are getting that information, then storing it in a variable called portfolio record. And lastly, for our prompt get fund performance information, and we are providing the ticker for the high yield fund. What it does is it selects the topic called retrieve fund performance, which has 6 instructions and 1 action. And we are looking at the ticker with 5-character code, and it's providing the format that it should be adhere to. And if the user provides the 5-character code, we are not going to ask for it. And let's see that it invoked the flow custom action called fund performance, where it passed the ticker and it got to the Morningstar information. So if we go to our flow, fund performance flow, where we are retrieving the fund performance information from Data Cloud object called fund performance. And we are looking at the ticker, which was the input from the agent, and we are looking for the first record found. And from there, we are storing separate variables, the Morningstar rating 5-year performance, 1-year performance, and 3-year performance.
Let's recap the solution. We leverage prompt builder, prompt engineering technologies to efficiently access and retrieve data that is less commonly requested by users. This will save them few clicks as the data can be scattered in different places in Salesforce. So that's the one. We are bringing third-party industry data hosted in Data Cloud, enabling users to get combined result with Salesforce data. And the last important part is that we created a low-code simple interface for natural conversation with the agent to receive quick answers. Back to you, Jen.
With my background in financial services asset management, I can totally relate to this use case. This is such a productivity booster. So I want to thank Benoit, Mandy, and Umesh, Code Cortex, for being a guest on How I Solved It with Agentforce.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Jen.
you, Jen.
Wow, what an incredible solution from Code Cortex, using Agentforce and Data Cloud to seamlessly integrate Salesforce data with external sources like Morningstar and Bloomberg is a brilliant way to empower sales teams. So think about the impact: faster decision-making, improved efficiency, and ultimately, better results. This is a perfect example of how Salesforce admins can truly transform businesses. So if you're facing a similar challenge, remember the power of integration and the possibilities of Agentforce and Data Cloud. Thanks for watching How I Solved It with Agentforce. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others. Until next time, keep innovating and building those awesome solutions.
Awesome admin.